everybody, my name is Jemmy, and today I will be showing you how you can make your own Python bot that will automate your games for you. So for example, this aim trainer right here, if I were to play it by myself, as you can see, I have horrible aim. I cannot even press it. And uh, in order to fix this, I decided to make my own Python bot that can easily do like this, which is to track all the dots for you. And even if I'm pretending to be the bot, I still have horrible aim. But anyways, this you can automate your games using this Python bot, which will track objects and click it. For example, uh resort, like not resort games, like mobile games, those ones where you have to press people in order to collect money or something. You can use it for a variety of things, and today's gonna be episode one, which is where I'm gonna lay out the basics and teach you some of like how to install stuff and the basics of Python. Basically, if you don't want to, if you already know how to do these things, you don't have to do it. For example, in this video, I'm going to be talking about printing, if else statements, concatenation, commenting, different types of variables, and math in Python, as well as arrays. So if you already know all of these things, then you can go ahead and skip to the next episode where I might be starting to make the bot, or I might still be laying out some basics. But anyways, let's get started. First things first, let's go ahead and install Visual Studio Code, which is what we're going to be using to code. It's a Python editor, which means that it edits Python. So let's go ahead and search that Visual Studio Code like that. Go to download right here, and then download for Windows. I'm not using a Mac or Linux, so I don't know if it will work the same way as Windows. But anyways, just press this big blue button. Okay, and now once you press in here, it's going to ask you to set up, press save. All right, then just open it up. I accept, next, just press next, wait, okay, next, and then in here, yeah, just press next. All right, next, and install, like that, and that's it. Wait for it to install, and then we're done. All right, after it's done installing, we just press finish, and it opens up. Okay, once we've gone to this welcome menu right here, we're gonna go to our extensions, and we're gonna search for Python. Well, I already searched it up beforehand, but if you didn't, search Python, press enter. Then you see the first thing comes up, this one, press install. I already have it installed, so mine comes up uninstall. And after you're done installing Python, you want to go to here and search Python indent, like so, which is this guy. Press on it and press install. This will basically make it a lot easier for you to type Python. As you can see, it just automatically indents it for you, which is a lot easier than having to press tab. So yeah, let's go back to our Explorer. All right. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a file. Control N. Okay, let's close these two up. I'm gonna save this into a folder, which I'll know what to do. Coding, Python, and let's just name our Python bot. All right, and I'll save this as part1.py. Make sure it's .py or else it won't work. Okay, now we can use Control Plus to zoom in. It's a bit too much. All right, there. All right, once we're zoomed in, we're gonna now start our coding. So first things first, what we want to do, let me close this up, is printing. So printing is quite simple actually. All we gotta do is print hello world. This is probably the easiest command in all of programming. In order to run this, we press Control B. No, that's for Sublime Text. We press over here. And oh, I think we could go here first, then choose. Where is it? Editor. No, wait. Do we select Python? Yeah, just like Python printer. Oh, Python's not installed. What? I already installed Python. All right. It looks like I haven't installed Python on this computer, which is kind of weird. Oh, maybe it's because I factory reset my computer like a few weeks ago. That's why I don't have Python. But anyways, okay. I'll download Python while we're waiting. All right, now Python is installed. So yeah, let's go ahead and try it again. Uh-oh. That one, there you go. I press play. As you can see, it now works. Hello world. All right, that's our basic print command. I'm gonna actually make a little heading. It can be print. Okay. And in printing, we can do a lot of stuff with it. We can do a lot of things with it, actually. So let's take, for example, print a variable. So we're gonna set x equals to, in strings, rabbit, like that. We can say print x, and it will say rabbit. See, rabbit. Okay. Uh, Now with printing, when you print a string, you have to have it in a single quote, like what I did, like this, or you can have it in a double quote, like this. All right. So it doesn't really matter as long as you have these two things. However, if you want to print a number, that's also possible, like 1, 2, 3, like that. But now it's a type of an integer, not a string. If you were to make this a string, it also typed out the same thing, but it would be a different type, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, what if we were to type letters that weren't in a string? It wouldn't be possible because you can't really contain letters as integers or any type of number. That's why you can't print it. However, if we put that in a string, I mean in a quotation mark, then it'll work. So yeah, that's basically printing. Very simple, very easy to learn. And we're gonna add on to printing later with something called concatenation, which is basically adding a text with another text or a text with an integer or the other way around. So yeah. All right, our next one is going to be about, let's see, my little chart. If else. So if else, like so. All right. Now, most of you probably know what if else does, but if you don't, let me paint a picture using paint. Okay, so pretend you have, all right. So you go on a bike. All right, this is a bike. Okay. This is a bike. And then so you're on your bike, like that. Okay. And then you're headed towards, uh let's say a bush. All right, so let's change the color just towards a bush. And then, okay, you headed towards the bush, but you don't know what's inside the bush, right? It could be something like spiky or something like dangerous. So you say if bush, let me just write a bush, draw bush. Okay. If bush has something spiky inside of it, so like, I don't know, some spikes. I don't know whether it'd be spikes, but if there's something inside the bush, if there's something spiky inside the bush, then wait, can I like crop? Could I select? Okay. If there's something inside the bush, spike inside the bush, then go away from the bush. So don't go. So yeah, don't go inside the bush. All right. So don't go inside the bush. If there's something spike inside, don't go inside the bush. However, if there's else, this is let's see. If there is something inside the bush, then don't go inside. Else, go inside the bush. All right. So go inside the bush. If there's nothing spike inside. All right. So this is the if else statement right here. It's kind of complicated. Another way of representing this is if we have to go outside and if it's raining, then don't go outside. Else go outside if it's not raining. So yeah, it's basically that. Pretty simple. Okay. So let's go ahead and write that. So let's set off a variable first. So let's pretend we have, let's do something about money. So we have money equals to, we have 5 money right now, 5 units of cash. And we were going to buy something. So let's say we're going to buy something that costs 5 units of cash, an apple. So if we say if money equals to 5, then what? Then say print I bought apple. Why is it so big? Bought else, oops, else print too poor. Okay, so that's basically how the if else works. Money equals to 5. If money equals to 5, we say bought, else it says too poor. Let's try it out. It says bought right here. Let me just delete this really quickly. All right, as you can see, it says bought. And if we were to change money to less than like 5, like 4, for example, it would say too poor. And if we were to change it more than 5, like 7, it would also say too poor. This is a problem because we do have more money, right? So it doesn't really make sense. So in order to fix this, we're going to say if money is equal or greater than 5. Okay, let's try it again, and we say bot. There you go. It's quite simple if else statements like that. So yeah, that's basically if else statements. All right, the next one we're going to be looking at is concatenation, which is what I was talking about in the beginning. So in order to concatenate something, we have to have something to print first. So hashtag concatenation. All right, let's say print. I don't like these things where it's so huge. Go back up a little bit. All right, print. Oh, my name is blank. And we're gonna say plus, which is to concatenate. Let's make a variable called name. Name equals to input. What is your name? I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what input is. Input is basically allowing the user to type in something in order for the program to receive it. So my name is plus name plus exclamation point, like that. All right, let's try it out. The reason I have a space here is because plus doesn't add a space. So yeah. What is your name? I'm gonna say Jemmy. My name is Jemmy. There you go. Now let's say if we don't have the space, what would happen? Jemmy. Oops, not there. It says my name is Jemmy, like together. It doesn't have a space, right? In order to fix this, if you don't want to add a space, do you think it's annoying? We're gonna add an Anderson's like that. This will add a space for you, but it could be annoying when you have like the ending with a wait, what? Oh no, okay, gotta have an integer. So let's say I'm 14 years old. I am 13. I am 13. All right, that's fine. What is your name? Doesn't really matter right now. Str and int. Huh. Well, I guess Anderson doesn't work for this type. Maybe I got confused, but yeah, if you have an Anderson's, usually it doesn't. It adds an extra space. I think I'm just doing something wrong here, but anyways, yeah, let's move on. There's another thing called an F string, which basically is which is, oh my gosh, which is concatenation but more advanced. So what we want to do is we put F in front of our string, we put it like that. Then after that we put my name is like normal, and instead of having to put like go space and then plus again, we could just put these little curly brackets, put our variable inside, which is name, and exclamation point, and it automatically prints it out like this. It's really cool. What is your name? My name is Dog. My name is Dog. There you go. It's really easy. It's called an F string. So yeah, these are the methods of concatenation we're going to be using in this project. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one is going to be different types of variables. This one's not that important to learn, but it is quite interesting. The different types of variables, like so. All right, so we have, let's say we have a variable a. Ooh, a equals to a number. So we're gonna say print type a. This is so that we're gonna show what type a is. I think we need to, yeah, I'm gonna put all these in a, I almost forgot to comment all of these actually. So we're gonna comment them. No wonder they've been typing so much. Like that, and we're gonna comment from the top. There you go. All right, let's try it out. Class int. There you go. Class int, which is the type of type variable of a. Now if we were to change it to 14.1, it's going to be a float. A float is basically an integer, but with an additional like with a decimal. Even if we do 14.0, it's still going to be a float because we have a point right there. So yeah, now if we do it 14.0.0, it's going to be error, right? Yeah, it's going to be an error. Doesn't exist. So let's now make a something that we know. Let's say 3, like that. It's gonna be a string now. What if we put a number inside of quotation mark? It's still gonna be a string because it's inside of quotation mark, as I told you earlier. Now, what if we did 1 plus 1? What would that be? It would be an int. But if we do 1 plus 1j, now it would return to a complex. So those are basically the four main types of variables that we know in Python. And we're not going to be using all of them, mostly strings, integers, and floats, not really complex that much. But a complex could be useful, for example, like, I think this is how it works. J goes to 1, right? Yeah, and then if you do plus that, let's print A, which is A. Oh, A is just 1 plus J, it doesn't really matter. Unless you do this. Unless you do this. Right? In objects not callable. J goes to 1. Okay. Oh, I think we have to put it in here and go 1 plus 1 times J. Like that. Okay, let me just delete this. Like this, and now it should work. Type. Okay. There's so much errors going on here. There you go. Now it works because we can't just print A without having A, and we can't put multiplies. I mean, we can't put multiplication thingy inside our parentheses because that's not how it works in Python. It'll just come as an error like that. But anyways, that is it for different types of variables. Let's move on to our next one, which should be commenting, right? Yes, comments. So let's move on to comments. Okay, so in order to comment, as you can see, what I did at the beginning and here is I can put a hashtag in front of everything and make that a comment. Or I could put three single quotes, like so. And then we were to put something inside of it, like that. That would also be a comment. So there's two different types of commenting, this way and also this way. I can also comment all of them at the same time, right? Wait, can I? I'm pretty sure there's a command for that. What if I just put a hashtag? Oh yeah, like that. So if I were to highlight something and I would just press play over it, I mean not press play, and then tap my single quotes, it would automatically comment it. So for example, if I have print, blah, 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 whatever this is, if we were to press play, it would type it out. But if I were to do this and press three quotation single quotes like that, it wouldn't do anything anymore because it's commented. The best use for these triple single quotes is if it has like two lines like this or more than one line. However, if it's one line, just go to the front and press hashtag. It's a lot easier. As you can see, it does the same thing. So yeah, that's basically commenting, quite easy. All right, let's move on to our second to last one, which is math. We're gonna be using a lot of math in our what do you call it? Python bot, because we have to calculate the pixels and where our mouse should press. So this is kind of important, but we're not gonna be doing a lot of difficult, complex math. It's just more like addition, subtraction, but just in more layers than usual. So yeah, let's try it out. So let's say we have A is our first variable, which has 10. Then we have B, which is, let's say 3. Then we say print A minus B. It print out 7, which is what 10 minus 3 is. All right. Now let's do A plus B. It's going to be 13. A times B is going to be 30, like so. And then A divided by B. Where's divide? Divide is slash. It's going to be 3.33333, and they round it up to 5. All right. Now we're going to do 3A parentheses sign. I mean, not parentheses. This is called a mod. So A mod B. It's going to go to 1, which is basically finding the remainder. So for example, mod can be really useful when we're trying to find if it's an even or odd number. So for example, if I have A, right? So if I say A mod 2, it's going to be 0, like so. But if an A is an odd number, it's going to be equal to 1 or something else. So for example, 13. Oh wait, it's always going to be equal to 1, sorry. All right, so this checks if it's an even or odd number. So for example, in like situations where you have to code a game to check if they like are stepping on an even or odd square, then you would use this right here, a mod. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is what do you call it? Exponents. Yeah. So you could usually people think it's like this with a little caret, which is how we do it in a lot of calculators, and it doesn't really work. If it's a caret, it actually subtracts. But that's kind of cool, actually. I didn't know that. Oh wait, it adds. Wait, I'm confused. I don't know what is a caret to? I didn't even know that was a thing. That was a complete error. It's a 5. Oh, it adds. Oh, it does add. Okay. So a caret adds for some reason, but that's not what I'm gonna. That's not what I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to do an exponent, which is just multiply, which is the star sign. Oh, I didn't even show multiply yet. You multiply like that, and then we do another one. This is now going to make it into an exponent, so it should be 100, like so. So that's basically the simple math. Exponents, modding, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, which is what we're gonna be using. Okay, let's comment that with our trick. Single quote, single quote, like so. Make sure it's 3 or else it will come up an error. Okay, once I've done that, we're gonna move on to our last topic for today, which is arrays. Arrays is like pretend. Let me pull up my good old paint again. Not that paint. Paint. Okay, so pretend you have a box. Okay, well, this is your box, and inside your box you have like maybe like a computer. Oh, I don't know why you put computers in a box, but you do. Alright, so that's like more like a phone, but it's a computer. You have a soccer ball. Okay, yeah, it's a horrible looking one, but it's fine. Okay, and then you have your dog. Alright, you have your dog. That's, okay, I don't know what dog that is, but it's a dog. Okay, I'm more like a squirrel. Okay, now that's basically it. This box right here is called an array, and the things inside your box are what's inside of the array. So they're like the little objects. They're the objects. Yeah. So let's go ahead and create an array. Hashtag array. Okay, so let's make an array. So let's say box equals to these brackets right here. This is how you start an array. And if you were to print the type of box, print type box, like so, it would come up as a list, which is basically an array. So it's the same thing. All right. So let's enter some inputs into it. So we can have a dog, our computer, and we also have what was it? A soccer ball. So a soccer ball. Like that. Okay. Now if we were to print out our box, what would it look like? It would just print out this thing right here, which is the array. And now we're gonna be pulling out some things from the array individually. So pretend we only want a dog. We could pull a box 0. An array always starts from 0, so this would be number 0, 1, and 2. So we do box parentheses 0 is going to bring out the dog, and then as you expect, 1 would be the computer, and then last but not least, 2 would be the ball, soccer ball. All right, there you go. Pretty simple stuff. And you can also add integers as well as strings into the same array. So I pretend I have 1 right here. So I pull out number 3. It's going to just press 1, like so. An array can even contain an array, which can contain an array in itself, and keeps going further. And this makes it really complicated, but you could do that if you wanted to. I'm just not recommending it because it might get too complicated or overload your PC. But yeah, that's basically what an array does. You can add and remove stuff into an array as well. So I can go ahead and do that. Box.append, right? Box.append, let's say SDF, whatever. All right, and now after that, wait, I gotta not print it. All right, box.append, I'm gonna say print box. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So print box 5, which should be this thing. Box 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Like so, it prints that out. Now if we were to say box.remove, let me just delete this. All right, box.remove. Oops. Box.remove. Remove dog. Remove dog, like so. And we're gonna print box 0. It's not gonna be dog anymore. It's gonna be computer because it's just gonna kick dog out and move computer over. Like so. There you go. So yeah, that's basically it for what we're gonna be doing today. This is the. Oops. This is what we did today. Arrays, comments, different types of variables, if else, print, and concatenation. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's basics. We haven't started anything yet, but we have to know this in order to build our bot. So yeah, anyways, see you in the next episode. Bye.